Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to give all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you brothers that are teaching the truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. We're the Israelite Camps coming at you live with another lesson. Well, we're not live, but we're live in the spirit. We just going to hop into various topics going into the world and the catastrophes that are in the world today. We have an article, but like I said, you know, whatever brothers got on their spirit to bring forth, that's what we're going to go into. Just like Apostle Rumble said in his live stream, I think a couple of days ago, I think it was Friday, he said, you know, there's no excuse for brothers not to push this truth, because the truth is coming out, man, in every direction. It's coming out on the news, in your everyday life. You know, how the Lord says there's going to be famines, earthquakes in diverse places, third woe coming quickly. All of these things are happening right now, man. And Esau, he's going to come in like a flood on you Jakes, you two-thirds Jakes. Two-thirds should die by the sword. Just had an incident up there in New Jersey, Trenton. Jake just got killed and several other people just got hit in the crossfire. Chaos. But I'm going to jump into this title. The title, it's like the source from the article is Blacklisted News. And the title states, U.S. prosecutors will pull encrypted messages from phones seized in Cohen raids. You know, brother got a precept or not before I hop into it. Well, that goes to show you have no privacy. You're not a sovereign citizen over here. You don't have rights over here. You have privileges. Basically, especially particularly you Jakes, you so-called Negroes and so-called Latinos and Native American Indians, you nothing but freaking slaves, man. The Proclamation of Emancipation wasn't nothing but a transfer from the regular citizens or the rich citizens of this land to the government.
I got something.
Go ahead.
Just to back up what you were saying, this is Lamentation chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help, and our watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us. All right, verse 18, they hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets.
Hold on, a nation that cannot save us. Don't Jake be marching out and Black Lives Matters and voting. Jake love to vote in this damn country. Well, P. Diddy had that damn campaign, vote or die and shit. Yeah, Jake believe in the system, but they don't care for us. Go ahead.
Continuing on, it says, our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Verse 19, our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountain. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. So, you know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, this is who we're directing this message to. You watch for a nation that can save you, the United States, man. Because all type of legislation is being pushed to put you in a concentration camp. You see that going on right now with those 2,000 children down in Central and South America that's trying to come up here, and they're placing them into Walmarts. Now you're starting to see that all those what we've been telling you from the jump about these concentration camps are coming to fruition. All right, even some of these so-called truthers that tell you the truth, man. So it's going to be a day when you so-called Negroes are going to, or you finally going to realize what we brought out in camps, that this man is the devil, you know?
I got to appreciate that. All right, this is going into what he was saying right here. It says, this is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time.
Go ahead, break that down.
You know, and basically when it talks about, you know, therefore rejoice ye heavens, you know, he's talking about the ones that rule over the heavens. And who's that? That's Esau. You know what I'm saying? He the ones that got these jets, you know what I'm saying, these helicopters and this military that be all up in the satellites that be up in the heavens and all that stuff, monitoring everything. And it's like, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. You know, as the brother was just saying, you know, they oppress us with great wrath, man. You know, they got concentration camps. You know, they set up programs that actually go against Jake. You know, laws and things of that nature that go against Jake. You know, you can have a white man that commit the same crime as a so-called black man, and he get a slap on the wrist, but the black man get 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or you got the CDC that's creating all these different diseases.
Yep.
You know
And
what I'm
they're
saying?
advancing technology.
Yeah.
To spy on us.
Like
we went before the video earlier. We was talking about how Esau can watch you through your own TV screen, still know where your location at, even when your cellular phone is off. Sometimes you can type into a GPS map wherever you're going in the location, and they can tell you the traffic up ahead without you even typing it in. Like they can tell you your location minutes before you get to it. All of these are things leading up to that great and dreadful day when Esau is going to come down, because he's coming down with his great wrath right now. But at the same time, it's not the climax of everything that the scriptures are going to say.
It's actually like the beginning.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, the beginning of Saul.
If I can add to your point too, going into how these a lot of the technology that Americans use, you know, in and out of the home, but primarily these cell phones. You know, these cell phones, you know, they're a real big piece of Esau's plan too, because like Buzz is going into, it has a GPS system built into it. It's going to always be tracking you, you know. But Esau that's his way and his method of continuing the infrastructure of the New World Order, which is going to include the RFID microchip. Like in China, I believe they came out with legislation last week where they're going to put chips in the cars. So even with that, you know, with the car versus a phone, which a lot of those, you know, a lot of the Moabites and Ammonites, they use cell phone technology. They actually use, if I'm not mistaken, technology. Their cell phones with payments is more common in those countries than it is in America. You know, but I'm just saying all that to say that it's just a continuation to build out the infrastructure was gonna end in the prophecy coming to pass of the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast, being made mandatory.
And that's exactly why, you know, they coming up with this 5G technology, because they're trying to build the infrastructure to handle what's coming. You know?
I'm gonna go ahead and hop into this article, and brothers can load up the precepts. From the top, it says, with regard to any application that claims to provide privacy, the simple fact is that the platforms on which it runs are compromised from the operating systems down to the silicon. And that goes into Facebook and other programs that you gotta give out your personal information on, your zip code, your social security number in some cases. Like Netflix, you gotta put in your card number. So a hacker can just easily hack into your bank account and just take all your money out. It says, I'm not saying to not encryption. Sorry, let me say that again. I'm not saying to not encrypt. Decryption can prevent your data from falling into the hands of thieves, Google, and maybe the local police. What I'm saying is that if you are specifically targeted by a state intelligence agency, you are going to have a very, very hard time defeating that.
I got a quick precept for you. Speaking on just that.
Come.
All right, this is Isaiah 14, starting at verse 13. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend to the heavens, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of power, and I will sit on the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, and I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, and I will be like the Most High. And that's exactly why Esau doing all this stuff, man. Because who is omnipresent? Who sees all, knows all, and hears all? You know, that's how about Shem Yahushai, man. He's the one who sees all, knows all, and hears all. So what is this devil trying to do with his technology? He's trying to see all, know all, and hear all, and track every single person, every single thing that's on the planet, man. You know?
Yeah. That's exactly what he's doing. You know, trying to really monitor the resources of the earth. You know, because
people, you know, are resources. That's why you have, you know, in place of employment, you have an HR office, a human resource office, because people are resources. Just like Esau's putting these chips in a lot of his shipping, you know, and certain tracking, you know, certain with clothing, you know, they'll put chips in the clothing as well.
Oh, yeah. And they got this company called M3 up there in, I think, Wisconsin or Washington State.
It's about 3 Square Market.
Yeah, 3 Square Market. Yeah, employees have to get chipped now. At first, it was all cool. I think it was 2016 and 2017 when they initiated it.
It was optional.
It was optional. Now they have to get it because these people are hungry for that money. A lot of people are getting cut off from their jobs, making like $80,000 to $90,000, $110,000 a year, and they don't want to lose that lifestyle that they have. So Esau is teasing them with that. He's blackballing these people, man, with their jobs, and they're gonna get it too. I got a scripture too. This is I just had this scripture too. All right, this is Psalms chapter 73, verse. This is Psalms chapter 73, verse 11. And they say, how do Yahweh know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Just like going back to the Atlantic slave trade, Esau stole us from our land, and he stole in this land before the Atlantic slave trade. He colonized this place. You had Andrew Jackson with the cavalry situation going on with the so-called Native American Indians and so-called Seminole Indians. The Seminole Wars. Esau been doing a lot of crimes up to this point, and he's like, look, man, the Most High don't see me. The Creator now, you know, he's pushing out that vibe like the Creator don't exist. That's why you have atheists in these different religious churches out here, except for the truth. But the truth is being sprung up, just like it says in the Apocrypha. It says the evil seed should grow to a certain point, but then it should be cut off forever, man. That's what's going to happen right now. Esau's about to be cut off forever. Somebody can get Obadiah too.
I got a quick one.
Okay, come on. Go ahead.
Oh, I got a quick one for you, because Esau got to be taking out the power seat. You know, someone's got to bring peace on earth, because you devil has went far and beyond, and your wickedness has reached to a level to where Yahweh shall have to crack these skies and destroy you and put you down. You know.
Yep.
This is 1 Corinthians 15. And 24, then cometh the end when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power, for he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death.
Hey, so go ahead.
Because that's what you devils are, just death, man. You know. And you are the last enemy. You are the greatest enemy of all time against our people, you know. And how Shah's you're gonna become a footstool, man.
Yeah, like you said, like the scripture said, death, where's thy sting?
Yeah, kind of.
And it's talking about sin too, but you know, Esau, he's stinging us right now with his laws and statutes and commandments, man, that he has set up in his land. 2 men can get married. You can get married to a dog. You can get married to a baby, a tree. If you're a grown up. You can your money's not safe. You gotta always hire security. You can be jobless out here. He can take away your inheritance. He can steal you.
Esau's a real devil.
Yeah, we stolen property, man.
Esau's a real devil. How you gonna allow gay and lesbian marriage, bestiality, pedophilia, and say it's wrong for a man to have 2 women?
Yeah, that's the devil.
He's all
Yeah.
Here you go. If you go out here and actually conquer this world and make somewhat of build a somewhat foundation for it, because women are really just property. It's an extension of your household. So if you're able to build it to a point where you can sustain 2, 3 women, you wrong for that. But yeah, 2 men can walk down the aisle and kiss each other. and we're supposed to be all right with that, man. That's why the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai will come and destroy this place, man.
Bullshit, man.
I got something real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 11 and 8. I'm sorry, 8 and 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. And that's Esau, man. He thinks just because he, like the brother just said, he said, you know, he's saying that the Most High don't see you, you know. So you think that just because you're not getting punished for your evil works right now, that nothing ain't gonna ever happen to you. You know what I'm saying? That's what you think.
Yeah, he's the harbinger of death, and he, through his manifest destiny, he actually has the mindset of, I've been doing so much killing of these people that God is actually on my side. That's the mindset that Esau Edom has, you know, in these last days. Ever since he came over here and conquered the northern tribe and brought the southern tribes over here, he's always had that mentality. So now the Most High has put a spirit in him to believe that yeah, God is with me, and you know, he's trying to seek after that birthright, but he is already given to Jacob, man. So he already fighting a lost cause, man.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Jake is simple as hell, but Esau's simple as all hell, man.
Yeah.
Because here it is, they know they're not the people. They know that we're the people. That's a fact. They know it. That's why they had to go through all them steps to hide it.
Yeah.
Through the Renaissance period, you know, through destroying seeking out artifacts and destroying them or hiding them, to continue to push, you know, certain propagandas and narratives and push certain movements, the Black Panther movement, Civil Rights movement, feminist movement, you know, to try to swindle an inheritance that ain't yours, Esau. Esau, your shit's gonna be destroyed, man. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen to you, Esau. I got something to have a good to it. Hold on.
Come.
Habakkuk 2 and verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establisheth a city by iniquity. And that's exactly what Esau did, man. This whole land known as America, like the brother was going into, not only did you have the Atlantic slave trade, which brought a lot of Southern Kingdom to the Americas, you had Esau fucking up all the tribes that was already in the Americas. Here it is, Esau trying to feed you a narrative that these people walked through the ice bridge millions of years ago.
Yeah.
But all the facts line to the scriptures that you came over here and oppressed our people, man. And you established, I'm going to read that again. Habakkuk 2, verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establisheth a city by iniquity. And I got the word iniquity in the blue letter. It's H5766.
H5766.
Evel. Esau's evil, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what Esau is, and that word goes into injustice, unrighteousness, wrong, violent deeds of injustice. That's exactly what Esau did in this land, man. All right, and Jake, like I said, Esau is simple as hell, trying to swindle his way into the covenant given through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But Jake gotta be so simple, stop following this devil down this destructive path, man.
Like you said, he built this land on bloodshed. That's going to his true essence of being Cain too, and that serpent in the garden. Because what's Cain's name? It means weapon, right?
His weapon, yeah.
Yeah. Esau is that weapon, man. Where's his blessing in Genesis chapter 27?
The sword.
The sword. That's how he gained the world. He gained the world from that blessing that Isaac put on him. But that sword is also his enemy to his downfall. Because he's going to be killed by his own sword, man.
And then for you Israelite camps that promote carnality in your rap videos, you're using the same sword that is going to be used to shut down Esau. So that's not using your brain, man. This is a spiritual battle, man. Why would you use the same weapon that this man is given to this man? He's going to first of all, he has that blessing and he's gonna come up with something far greater than what you have in the trunk of your car. But if you're going along with the blessing that he has, you're going down just with him, man. So that's not smart. Like the brother was saying, you Jakes aren't smart either, man.
Yeah, them so-called Hebrew Israelites. Well, they Israelites, but they wicked Israelites, man. Because the Lord said our warfare is not carnal. It's spiritual.
That's the spirit, because I was just getting that, right?
And these devils already know what you niggas got anyway, because they the ones that give it to you, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
With your little Dracos and AKs. Man, these devils gonna fuck y'all up, man. You know? They know what you're gonna do. They know how you move.
Yeah,
they know how you act. That's why they put you in that area and to these ghettos and stuff and just study you, man. They give you what? They put the drugs in your community. They give you certain weapons and they study on you, man. These devils know what's up.
Like in Chicago.
Yeah, you know. So what makes y'all think y'all gonna go against Esau and win?
Yeah.
You know?
It's simple. Jake is simple.
Yeah.
All right, Con. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10. I'm going to start at verse 3. And it says, For we walk in the flesh. We do not walk after the flesh. And that's for all y'all jakes out there in the other camps, you know what I'm saying, that want to get carnal with Esau. And it says, For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through power to the pulling down of strongholds, man. It's his word, man. This is our weapon. This truth, man. This is our weapon right here, this sword. You know?
Because it speaks about it in 2 Ezra chapter 13 too also. Yahweh Shah should destroy the people with his mouth, with his words. He shouldn't use sword nor anything, which the apostle broke that down too with his mouth, is talking about the chariots, shooting out them lasers. But also Yahweh Shah ain't gonna do nothing. He's gonna do something, but he's just gonna show up like he ain't gonna be with no carnal weapon having to slay y'all, man.
And y'all
Yeah, the script. Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, the scriptures say he's not gonna come back as a man.
Yeah.
You know? So what makes you think he's gonna come back in the same flesh that we in? You know, these weak vessels to fight y'all, man.
Yeah.
Nah, he's coming back with full power, man.
Yeah. Also in the garden too, when he talked, when the soldiers came up and asked him a question, when he spoke, all of them fell back.
Yeah, that force.
So how much more now when he comes back in the spiritual body? Go ahead.
I was gonna say this word is already crushing Esau. It's not gonna be the AK-47s because they already net neutrality is over with. Okay, like they're gonna shut down YouTube. They're already taking brothers' videos and pages down. So this word is already hitting Esau. It's nothing that you can do with a gun or a knife or some rusty ass Draco, as you niggas call it. All right, it's this word, man. Like Hebrews 4:12, man. The word is quick and powerful, man. So that's how we're gonna defeat Esau. And Lord willing, we be those men to get those spiritual powers, man. All right.
And you know, just think about Egypt, man. You know what I'm saying? When the destroyer came through Egypt, that wasn't a carnal weapon. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That knocked out all the firstborn of Egypt. Like, how can you fight something like that, man? That wasn't carnal. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just woke up the next day and then the firstborn of everything was dead. You know? Like, how can you fight against that?
Right.
You know? How can Esau fight against that? What weapon can you make that can fight against something like that? That can just rip your spirit from your flesh and you're done.
Yeah, Esau, you're not gonna win.
That's what he's trying to do. I'm gonna jump back into this. This is a part. The last little bit of segment of this article. It says federal prosecutors investigating U.S. President Donald Trump's longtime personal lawyer Michael Cohen have extracted more than 700 pages of messages sent using encrypted programs like WhatsApp. Now they just using this as an excuse, but you know they had to get somebody as the fall guy to have the reason why they're going into these apps, which they already doing. And Signal on phones seized from Cohen, according to a court filing on Friday, which is happening this Friday. Brothers use the WhatsApp, so they seeing all our messages and stuff like that, like the Southern Poverty Law Center. They already got us listed, man. Project Megiddo, Rex 84. It's all finna come into fruition. It's initiated already on the books, but it's finna be initiated in the physical manifestation in reality, man.
And you know, and that goes into you fallouts, man. You think that you can just touch this thing, you know what I'm saying? This thing, and you can just fall out, and Esau still ain't gonna come at you, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got another thing coming, because he already, you know, they got that facial recognition technology. He already know who you is, man.
Yeah.
And you just think about this, touch this thing, and then later on Esau ain't gonna be able to find you, man. Like the scriptures say, you know, if a man put his hand to the plow and look back, hey, you should have never did it in the first place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you should get more stripes beaten to you than the 2/3 of Israel, because they don't know. But when us being a watchtower, like he said, Luke chapter 9 verse 69, it goes into that scripture that he just quoted. Mm-hmm. Like we put our hands to the plow, meaning this work, which we're doing right now. If we turn back, we just like Lot's wife, because he told Lot's wife not to turn back. And when she did, she got destroyed. Mm-hmm. Us turning back is being conformed to this world, man, enjoying the pleasures of this world. Our forefather Moses didn't do it. That's why he has a great name. A great name is better than great riches, man, according to the Heavenly Father.
That's why they said his name is a tower, a strong tower.
Oh, a strong tower. Yeah.
You know, because our name is really important, and ultimately the name of Yahweh Shah, Yahweh by Yahweh Shah, man.
Somebody get Daniel chapter 12. Verse 4.
Okay. I got something too. I can speak on that.
Okay.
So you said, you mentioned 2nd Ezra chapter 13. And this also when Yahweh start coming back. And they gonna, and that's the thing about it too, man. Like, you really gotta pick a side, man. You know, you have to pick a side. Are you gonna be with the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah? Because if not, then the other side, there is no middle, there is no median, so to speak. Yeah. It's two sides.
There's no gray area. You should remain. You should go. It's like you're going to be in the congregation of the dead. Mm-hmm. That's plainly it. You're either hot or cold.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's so you either with the plan and program of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, or you pretty much with Esau, man. All right, and the scriptures already tell you what's going to happen to Esau.
Come on.
2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. All right, so this is Yahweh coming back with the angels and the chariots. See, Jay can't believe this. Like portions of what we believe in, Jay can't fathom it. Jay can't fathom that the Lord and Savior is a so-called black man. It's too real for them. All right? They can't accept the fact that they're a chosen people. They can't accept the fact that we're going to be saved by so-called UFOs. All right? But these are the things that we believe in, man. Why? Because the scriptures speak about all these things. All right? There are times in the history of our people that our people were led and guided by chariots. This is our heritage, man.
Come on.
All right, you gotta believe in this thing, man. It's far-fetched because our power, the Heavenly Father, is out there, man. For you to take your people and tell them up front what will happen if they went off. All right, then they go off, and you being a man of your word, you put your people through slavery and hell for them to turn back and cry to you. The Most High not playing, man. All right, and a part of the Most High's program is the Lord and Savior Yahweh Shah coming back with the angels, man. And this is what he's going to do to Esau. You know, these people are fighting against the Messiah. All right, they're fighting for rulership of this kingdom, this place, Earth, the planet Earth. All right, they're fighting against the Messiah. The Messiah's coming back. This is what's going to happen. He's going to put the Most High's going to put the spirit on these people to fight the Lord, man. You want to be with somebody that fucking dumb? All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 13. Verse 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight. All right? So if you buy into this system, man, this New World Order system, the mark of the beast, all right, the wickedness of this place, all right, this society, this kingdom run by the so-called white man, understand that the Most High is going to come back. He's going to fuck you up, man. All right, this isn't a game. We're calling our people, hey, man, the Most High, the Heavenly Father ain't playing, man, and his son, Yahweh Shah, coming back to put the judgment of his father on this place, man.
I got something just to add real quick to what you were saying. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 30. And it says, he that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattered abroad. You know what I'm saying? So for all you jakes out there who think that y'all with it, and y'all done fell out, or y'all done went and started your own thing, you know, and y'all not sticking to the doctrine, the Most High ain't with you, man.
Well, you just sitting at home, man. All right, we was going to this yesterday. Get to the streets, man.
Get your ass on the streets, man.
Get your ass to the streets, man. All right, we do the work. We do the work on the highways, man, on the streets.
Yeah.
All right. When more men start coming to the streets, more of these problems are going to come to pass, man.
Right. Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. When the gospel is preached throughout the four corners of the earth, then the end is here. Like the brothers have been saying, go out to the streets, the highways and byways, study the archives of the elders, pay homage to the elders, you know, pray in the Hebrew prayer and stuff like that. Learn who you are through the scriptures, and come out to the camp every once in a while to get built up by brothers who already been established in this truth.
Yeah, man, because we're ready to get the hell out.
Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way we're gonna get out automatically.
Yeah, automatically. Yeah.
'Cause it ain't up to man. If we was up to man, we'll be here forever.
Jake Simple, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. But like the brother been saying, like if you ain't with the Heavenly Father and His Son, then you're against Him. And He said, slay him that don't want him to reign. Which the him is Yahweh Shai, the Savior. Go ahead out.
You said Revelation 20 and what? Alright, this is Revelation 20 and verse 8. It shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. God and may God.
Go up to verse 7.
Come up to verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
It's talking about Esau, the so-called white man, because in the Dark Ages, our people during the Byzantine Empire had Esau in subjection. He was our slave. Just how the apostles broke down, just how we was in the courthouses and stuff like that. The book get thrown at us. The book was thrown at Esau at that time. That's why they call it the Dark Ages. Go ahead.
Come, verse 8. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. God and may God.
And how did he do that? How did he deceive the nations? We all went by a biblical name at that time. Israelites, we knew who we were. But he went out to deceive the nations. He said the Chinese man was China. He said we're just slaves. He called us by he called us heathenistic names.
Proverbs and bywords.
Yeah, proverbs and bywords. He said the Most High is not real. He's white. He crossed out our Lord and Savior. That's in Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. He asked out Yahweh Shai being the true judge. This dark-skinned man. Esau did a lot of wickedness, man. The Renaissance times. Go ahead out.
Come together to battle.
And well, it's Russia, man. Gog and Magog is Russia.
Come.
Russia is poking at the beast and their harlot. Just like it's read in Ezekiel chapter 38. The Lord is priming up the opposing side of Esau that rules over in the west, which is America, the great harlot. Over there in the east, you got Russia and its allies, China, Iran, North Korea, India. They all want to go against the harlot, man. And the Lord is doing that too. Go ahead.
God, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea.
Just like the brother mentioned in 2 Ezra chapter 13. It's going to be a lot of troops over there in the east, man. Over there in that hot area in the valley of Jehoshaphat, the valley of the Lord's judgment, man. And then Yahweh Shai is going to come back, and they're gonna like, damn, they're gonna be frightened, but the Lord's gonna put it in their spirit to fight against them, to fight against Yahweh Shai and the angels. Go ahead.
Come, verse 9. And they went up on the bread of earth.
That's it.
Okay, got it.
Want that, Daniel?
Yeah.
But yes, can add on to you right quick. But yeah, that goes back to that crafty council too.
Yeah.
Because the devil is, these so-called, which is you so-called white people, is Esau, Mount Seir. You know, you guys are really crafty, you know. And that's why the scripture said you're a profane person, you know. You're a person of a fornicator, you know, all these different religions. Man, you just wicked, man.
Yeah, they bring their democracy to different countries. Democracy, when you look it up, is the ruling of demons. That's why you got these other countries letting a woman drive, giving a woman rights.
Oh, that's over in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia, now they letting a woman drive now. They giving rights to homosexuals in these other countries. So,
And they know it's wrong too. The
Yeah.
people in the other countries, they know it's wrong.
Esau, do it, man. Just live it up.
But they've been in the same. It's like they've been in the same bed with Esau.
yeah.
Yeah, that's that fornication. And those other nations are drunken by wine. They're mad by wine. So the Lord is going to turn their minds around to fight against that.
And you know they waking up right now, because you know you get a lot of nations, man. They looking back like, hey, we didn't sign up for this, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they saying like, wait a minute, like China for instance. You know, China starting to buck back against the U.S.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
They're saying like, hey man, you know, we didn't really sign up for all this Western nonsense, man. Y'all lied to us.
We just trying to do business.
Yeah, that's why the trade war. That's why they have a trade war. Because America is not dealing right, and America is losing. So America want to set these sanctions on these other nations, because these other nations have actual real resources, and they're not in debt like America is. They're in debt though, but they're not in debt like America. And plus, they're finna back their money with gold. They already have been doing it. They're straying away from the American dollar, which we already seen an example of what people do when they go against the harlot, America, man. You seen Gaddafi? He got murdered on camera, live.
Saddam Hussein,
Yes, Saddam Hussein. Yeah.
And that's basically because, you know, these other countries, you know, they trying to get out of the grip of the U.S. dollar, man, because that's what and that's why China came with the petro yuan, you know, and China like, hey, you ain't about to do us like you did Saudi Arabia and Iraq. You can come over here and do it if you want to. Y'all got y'all missiles, but we got the east wind. We can touch y'all, America.
Right. Yeah.
We can touch y'all.
Yeah. And they got Russia too. This back.
I got a precept. This is what y'all talking about. This is Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And that's what you start to see through biblical prophecy. Like the brothers are saying, these other countries are getting away from the United States currency, but you people in America, you just, especially you Negroes, man, you still believe in this fiat currency, man. Fiat means so be it. All right, whatever they say, so be it. If they want paper as a currency and they don't want to back it by gold, so be it. You Negroes live by this dollar and you're going to die by the dollar because they're going to implement this chip. But going back to the nations, it's going to ultimately come down to Revelation 17:6, where these other nations are going to come against the harlot. You're already seeing countries like Turkey getting away from NATO. You're already starting to see countries like Canada that's in the NATO getting away from the United States because the United States is putting tariffs on them. So this is all biblical prophecy, and it's all coming to fruition, you know.
Esau, you finished, man.
Yeah.
Really, it's just, we used to be cutting Esau with a trillion cuts, man. Esau just dying by a trillion cuts. Because all the signs point to Esau's kingdom falling.
Yeah.
If you look at the statistics, the economic statistics, the moral fabric, if you look at like divorce rates, abortion rates,
Opioid addiction,
suicides, violent gun murders. America's that guy, man.
Yeah.
With that woman,
so
that bitch, you know, with that sour doctrine, man. Saying do this. At the end of the day, all it's doing is making its citizens consumers that can't produce anything. They don't know how to create and use any resources.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, you know, and that just goes to show you, man, you know, that the Most High is just this master chess player, man.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just beyond, you can't even fathom, man, because it's like, he giving all the nations a taste of wickedness to show you, hey, this is where this leads, so that when righteousness take over, You know what I'm saying? And how things are supposed to be. The other nations are going to rejoice, just like the scriptures say. You know what I'm saying? When the wicked are in power, when the nations mourn, but when the righteous are in power, the nations rejoice, or something like that. Roughly paraphrase. You know, and that's exactly what's happening with Esau. The nations are starting to mourn, like, man, this devil is killing the world, man.
It's evident.
Yeah.
There's trash everywhere. There's the infrastructure is shit.
Yeah, man.
The social programs are shit. The people are shit. People can't even say please and thank you anymore, man.
Right.
Brothers be saying please and thank you amongst brothers and in the world more than any of you people.
Right.
But you have the nerve to look down your nose at us for believing and standing on the truth of the scriptures, man. That's why the Most High Yahweh is going to destroy y'all, man.
Yeah,
it's going to save these very elect.
It's like,
Con.
yeah, he said the love of many should West Coast too.
Con.
Like the brother's saying, everybody is out for their greed, and so is the king. So are the people.
Yeah.
These people are just like Esau, man. Esau's all about greed. He's all about self, and he hates everybody.
Yeah.
That's the vibration of these people. Like they hate everybody.
Everybody's chasing a dollar. These people can't read. They can't write. They don't know if they coming or going, man. They mumble because that's how the music is designed now. So you people are done for, man. That's why in you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American hoods, they give you these fast food restaurants. They give you this bad food, and they basically program you to be docile for when they make their move, man.
Yeah,
You're already finished, man. You want to go?
I got switch on it.
No, go ahead.
You got a switch?
No.
I got to switch real quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1, and I'm gonna skip down after verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shouldst say, I have no pleasure in them. That's the Lord calling these young men now, because he can't deal with an old cat. Because the old cat already got it seared in his mind, already got his mind made up that he's going to go how he's been doing his whole life, and that's been doing wickedness and not following after the Lord. Now, granted, you have some elderly men in the camp that's newly coming in after younger brothers, but you know, if the Lord have them sealed as the elect, then so be it. But you know, the Lord's mainly calling you in your youth, man. When you have your mind open and you in your strength. Verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house should tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And that's talking about now, like before all this happened, before the job, the stock market crash, when you have to go to a concentration camp, get the chip, which is the mark of the beast, you really can't go nowhere. You can't move how you move now. People with these careers and goals in mind, like that's going to be shut down because it says look out the windows. The windows is talking about your futures and stuff like that.
You know, if I can say, you know what's people's heaven on earth, man? A 6-figure job. You get a person a 6-figure job, man, it's heaven on earth, man.
Oh, you can't tell them that.
You can't tell them anything.
You get a so-called Negro a $50,000 job, you can't tell him nothing.
Well, I'm just saying, 6 figures pretty much across the board. If you a heathen, you know what I'm saying, you Jake, you Esau, you know, low-level Edomite, 6 figures, man, you in the kingdom of heaven.
But even in these times, the grinding is ceasing, man, because a lot of these jobs are reserved for these staffing companies now, man.
Temp service.
People making $8, $9 an hour, so if they even making $50,000, that's heaven for them. That goes to show you that the dollar is going down, man. And dude, from the 1900s up until now, the value of the dollar has been going down. Now you're starting to see it trickle down to these companies, man. Now Sears is the latest company to go under, man. Who else is next this month, man? Okay. So as we keep prophesying, which is the true weapon, we keep prophesying Ecclesiastes 12, we're going to see more stores closing. This is the weapon that we're using. We're prophesying as we keep making more and more videos about Babylon going down spiritually, financially, economically, morally. It's going to go down. It's not going to go down with AK-47s and Dracos, okay? This is the weapon that we use.
And you know, as the brother was saying, man, like these jakes out here, man, they think they got money, man. We were just in class the other day. $1 million is equivalent to $39,000. You know, in today's, if you go back to 1913, if you have $1 million now, it's equivalent to $39,000 100 years ago. So you ain't even a millionaire, man. You's 1,000 there. You know what I'm saying?
If you're lucky, man.
You know?
You gotta have $1 million to have 1,000. You know, like niggas ain't even nowhere close to that, man.
Yeah.
The niggas are negative nares, man.
And then what happened to y'all Jakes when y'all getting y'all 50s and 60s, man? Y'all ain't got no money. Most of y'all Jakes, you know what I'm saying, that get to the point to where y'all retired, y'all done blew all your money on y'all lifestyle, man. And y'all ain't got nothing to show for it. That just goes to show you, man, that the money ain't really worth nothing, man.
And then on top of that, why would Esau be enjoying his kingdom with slaves? First he was in chains, not longer after a century ago. We was just slaves coming out of slavery. Now all of a sudden we live in this fabulous life. No, like the brother said, the money and currency been breaking down after that. It was 1865 when we were so-called free, the Proclamation of Emancipation. Then you had the turn of the century, 1900, and industrial century, manufacturing, because they got all that money from what we did in slavery. What we did in slavery, it built this country up. We built those Ivy League schools and stuff like that as slaves. The White House. We built this country up basically. And then all of a sudden now we can get rich and stuff like that. No, Esau knows what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He's manipulating these people, man. He's the great deceiver. The deceiver and deceived are his. Mm-hmm. Esau is manipulating Jake with his money, like, okay, you can get rich, you can go out for your goals and stuff like that. No. This is prophecy because it says in 2 Ezra chapter 8 verse 50, or let me say 2 Ezra chapter 9 verse 11. Yet when they had liberty, the Lord has gave us a like a sort of like some room from where we can go out and do these videos and stuff like that, so we can edify the elect. Because scriptures has to be fulfilled, but we're not in rest. That's the whole point of the thing. We're not in our rest. So you Jake need to wake up, because Esau, this money ain't nothing no more, man. He's coming down with great wrath, man. Your soul, because the scripture says he has the souls of men in Revelation chapter 18. Your soul is the prize.
And look, hey, just to prove that, look what they did to my man Bill Cosby.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Now they doing the same thing to Morgan Freeman.
He supposed to buy. Hey, Bill Cosby was doing so good. He was going to buy that news channel,
NBC. And Esau was like, "Man, what you talking about, bro?"
Right.
You know,
he probably smoking a joint. Like, what you talking about, Bill Cosby?
Yeah. Like, so what you got to break? You not about to own no network, man.
Yeah.
You when it comes down to it, you's a nigga. You ain't about to own no network.
Right. Yeah. Basically, he's a nigga.
Yeah.
He's a nigga, man.
Like, dude, he's a nigga. Like, come on, man.
Like,
Like,
they're trying to buy a network and it ended up in the federal penitentiary, man.
Hey, you see that? Like,
They laughing at him. They laughing at him.
Like, man, this justice system, this system that we live in, is created by the oppressor. There's nothing, man. If the oppressor wants you in prison, you going in prison.
Right.
If the oppressor wants you to have some money, you can get some money.
Exactly.
That's,
we don't rule.
We don't rule, man.
Yeah. So it's time for Jake to wake up out of sleep, man.
It goes back to the people mourners, man.
Yeah.
Man, Bill Cosby ain't in a prison cell tap dancing and shit.
Nah. He ain't doing that shit like Bill Cosby show.
Yeah, man. He's in there mourning. He's probably crying and shaking on his knees like this. Like, yeah. Like, come on, man. Y'all niggas ain't gonna go nowhere.
Right. And go to show that Esau, he do what he want to do, because matter of fact, he thinks he's the Most High. He's gonna fight against the Most High.
Right.
The Most High got to come back because of his wickedness. How much more of him manipulating of us being so-called free?
God.
Go ahead, Job chapter 20.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that was triumphing of
No,
the...
it's like, say that. Start with verse 5 again.
Verse 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though
because the Lord wanted righteous to reign in the earth. When Adam sinned against the Heavenly Father by listening to his wife Eve, which ate of the tree that the Lord told them not to do, and Adam listened to her and ate of it too, then the Lord put the sentence of death on Adam and his seed line, which is basically everybody that's living on the earth, because the whole earth was flooded. And before then, you had three segments. You had the children of God, the children of wicked, and the children of men that was up on the earth before the flood. But when the flood came, everybody came back to the seed line of Noah, his sons, which was Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So that's going into that. Like ever since the beginning of time, the wicked wasn't supposed to triumph. Just like Cain offered that offering, and he said, if you do good, should not be rewarded to you, so to speak. But if you do bad, sin not knock at the door. Talking about Satan, and he should rule over thee. So that's why Satan is called the father of lies, which is his inner counterpart is Esau. Go ahead.
God, though his excellency mount up to the heavens.
His excellency, you see his airplanes, his space shuttles, space stations. Oh, his wisdom on earth too. People exalt or deem as high the rich and wealthy words. Bill Gates, whatever he say, fly his goddamn mouth. People praise it. You got Donald Trump and two fat black bitches that's always coming on the screen.
Oh, Diamond and Silk, man.
Yeah, they always taking up for
I hope the most I take them out, man. I'm just gonna put that out there, man. Because y'all done sold out, man. Hey, y'all better repent immediately.
Let him keep going. Go ahead out.
I hate them, man.
Khan, his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds.
Yeah, his head reached up to the clouds, like the brother mentioned in Isaiah chapter 14. His pompous. Yeah, Esau think that he's the Most High, he's the Creator. Go ahead.
Khan. Verse 7, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
He shall perish forever. Somebody get Obadiah chapter 1 verse 18.
Khan.
Go ahead.
They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Esau
ain't gonna be. Hey, his faces should not fill the cities anymore. Every city that you go to, you got a prime minister representing the state or the country or wherever Esau's hands has been in, or wherever he's ruling it. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 8, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 9, the eye also. Oh.
Nah, you got it.
Oh, come. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. Come, verse 10. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods.
Yeah, that's what they're doing now. Giving food to the homeless and stuff like that.
Come.
Jump down to verse 14.
Come on, verse 14. Yet his meat and his bowels is turned. It is the gall of apes within him. Apes within him. Salah.
Come, go ahead.
He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
Yeah, that's what Esau got. His Forbes magazines and stuff like that. Then you have the Rothschilds. They are wealthy. You know what I'm saying, within these wealth magazines and stuff like that. They put their business out there, different banks and stuff like that. That these Edomites families are in. They are ruling right now, and they have these riches. Every transaction or every move that you make is getting them paid, no matter what, because the curses are on us, and the Lord deemed that Esau should rule the earth, but only for a short time. But He's going to spit all that up, and the riches is going to be transferred to us. Because riches never be, it would never be destroyed. It's just transferred to one kingdom to the next.
That's part of Esau's blessing. It says
Your dwelling place will be the dew of the heaven and the fatness of the earth, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's his blessing right there.
Yeah.
You know, Rothschild, they estimated worth is over $500 trillion in gold.
Real money.
Real gold.
And that's 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 9. Esau is the end of the world, which we're in, and Jacob is the beginning of it and following. So the riches is going to be coughed up, and it's about to be coughed up right now. Keep going. Then we're going to hit up.
I got you. Slow.
Start at 17.
Con. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of ops. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen in the kingdom, man. Esau just going to get messed up as a whole, man. That's just saying that in so many words. Go ahead, out.
God, he shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter.
Yeah, we're going to enjoy that. We're going to enjoy, our children are going to play with apes, poisonous snakes, and different dinosaurs, different exotic animals in the kingdom of heaven, which we can't do on this side right now. Hell, we probably get kicked in the face by trying to get on a horse, man, or a donkey. But we're going to be enjoying those blessings in the kingdom of heaven. Esau going to get, Esau, you're going to get terrible.
Cold, crisp whip to the back, man.
Keep going up, and then we're going to, after 20.
God,
Keep going.
that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down, according to his substance.
And how did he labor? We just went into it. He did wickedness all over the earth.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He's stolen us, the treasures of the Most High, the apple of the Most High's eyes, us. You know what I'm saying? That's why the scripture refers to us as how has the silver become dross, not of value. Because we in captivity now. But the Lord's going to lift us back up. Keep going.
Con, according to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein.
Restitution.
Restitution, slot, be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he built of not.
The house of Jacob, man.
Con.
And he's still doing it today. You got Jake getting evicted out of their houses, their homes, if they pay rent at. They got to work busting their ass for, taking away their families, ripping the families apart, putting them into defects and shit like that. Esau has a lot to pay for, man. Go ahead on the last, and then we're gonna hit that one up. And if y'all both got precepts, then we can jump.
Con, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not say of that which he desired.
Yeah, Esau, you're gonna be like we can't save any money and stuff like that to get to a certain point where we can just chill or just get a business for ourselves and be at rest. Esau, you're going to be the same plus double, according to Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. Esau, you are the heathen nations, man. You're going to receive the curses just like us. You're not going to rest in the kingdom of heaven. It's going to be literally paradise, just like the former Eden, just like it says, I think in Jeremiah 16, if I'm not mistaken. But it's going to be just like the former Garden of Eden, man, which the word Eden means paradise. But you're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah,
you're just going to be in fucking torment.
Yeah, because it's not going to be any Social Security and jobs and pension and affirmative action and civil rights for you.
Ain't no affirmative action.
Just like it mentions in Isaiah 24, you're going to be digged out of a pit. All right, you're going to be in a pit. You're going to be in your low state. You're going to go back to that caveman state that you were in. I think it's in Job, the 35th chapter, I believe, where you eat juniper roots. You're going to be back in that same old state, that same caveman state, man. So there's not going to be any benefits that you gave to the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. Really, it's oppression, all right? But you're going to get double the oppression, all right? It's not going to be candy-coated. It's going to be hardcore oppression and slavery for 1,000 years.
Yeah,
and then you're going to be exterminated from the face of the earth.
Ain't no calling the law enforcers, because we are the law enforcers, right?
Hey.
In the kingdom of heaven.
And not to mention, we're going to have spiritual powers, man. So we're going to be able to torment you in ways that you couldn't even imagine.
You're gonna have terrible nightmares, man. Just prepare. Be prepared for terrible nightmares, man. And no rest. No rest, man. Let's be prepared for that.
Yeah, I got you. This is Obadiah chapter 1, starting at verse 17. But upon Mount Zion,
Start from because I'm thinking Obadiah chapter, because I want to get the grasp of start at 16.
Right, Con.
No, start at 15.
15,
Start at
Con.
15.
This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 15. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen.
That's what we're in right now.
Con. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Man.
Con. And that's just not Esau. That's all you other nations too. You know what I'm saying? That had continued to press the apple of the Lord's eye, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get y'all's too. You know, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea.
Continually.
And that's all the heathens, man.
Yeah.
All right, so all you other nations who are not other 12 tribes of Israel, your ass gonna be in slavery too, man. Don't think shit gonna be sweet for you.
They shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as they had not been.
Right. Yeah, how we see these other nations, you got Kim Jong coming over here all prestigious and everybody impressed by him, and he's they seem important in everybody's eyes. It's gonna be like they never had that type of position in life ever, man. They're gonna feel just as low as the Jake that's on goddamn on the bluff looking for crack. sleeping in fucking garbage can.
Sleeping in the woods, man.
Fucking his companions or company is a damn squirrel or a fucking raccoon. Roaches.
They're gonna be painting soccer balls like
like
Wilson, like Castaway.
Yo, literally, man, they gonna go through hell.
Hurt,
man.
man.
I'm gonna continue. This is verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
Yep.
And
the riches being transferred, like the brother read in Job. The riches, they should cough up the riches.
And in verse 18 it says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh has spoken it.
And that cuts Good Samaritan too, man. Talking about Esau is going to be in the kingdom. There's going to be a few of them left. No, man. We should be a fire, man. The whole 12 tribes of Israel is going to burn up the nation of Esau, man. And Esau is never going to be in existence anymore. His spirit don't die. His spirit may come through these other nations. Just as Dan, you niggas want to break down the tribe of Dan wrong. Saying Dan is, trying to break down Dan. See, no, it's not written in Revelation chapter 7, man. Dan is still here through the spirit, but it don't say it. So, that's it on that. If y'all brothers got any last word. So with that, we're going to give all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, B'Kar Kodash.
Kwam the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.